Hey guys, it's Susan, staying in stitches. At first, I didn't want to be on the camera. I just don't like to be photographed. I don't like to be videographed. It's just a thing. But anyhow, I decided it's a little weird, like my last video, me kind of talking and you're staring at a dolphin the whole time, which that's not a big deal or problem, but I just think it's more natural if we're face to face, so to speak. So this is how I'm going to start doing my videos from here on out. And everything. I did, I've put the link down below to my blog. I hadn't updated it since the last time I uploaded a video, which was April, I believe. Because, like I said, life had kind of gotten in the way. I'd lost my stitchy bug a little over a month ago, I'd say now. My husband was, like I'd mentioned, I believe previously, my husband was in the hospital he was hospitalized 3 different times in a week's time. He has a lot of medical issues. For some reason, he throws blood clots after a surgery, and they cannot figure out why. We took him to Duke University about 8 or 10 years ago, and they took 15, I believe it was 15 or 16, something, I mean really up there, vials of blood, and tested it, and still could never figure out why he throws blood clots. So now he has thrown blood clots on 1, 2, 3, 4 different occasions, and 2 of those occasions he was on blood thinners. Now he's on some shots that cost approximately $7,000 a month for 1 month supply. Luckily, that is covered by insurance. Otherwise, and that's the only thing that really works for him now. So anyhow, enough of that. He's still having problems, but it's not with the blood clot related issue. He's having some upper problems in the upper left, I believe it's upper left, yes, quadrant of his stomach. They've done several tests on his gallbladder. They've practically looked at all the organs right in there, and they're still trying to figure out what's going on with him and stuff. But okay, I was really wanting, this is kind of weird until I get on a better, I'm going to get better about making my videos. So I really wanted to stitch yesterday, but I didn't do any stitching, just for the sole fact that I wanted to show you guys. And I didn't want to take the time to, and I've got everything piled up over here on my bar. I didn't want to take the time to try to figure out how to insert a picture, a before picture, and all this other stuff from last week's video. So I thought, heck, I'll just make my video tomorrow when it's good in daylight. And we'll just go from there, and I'll stitch her in a little bit on this. But this is the piece. Let me show you the pattern first. Move my tablet out of the way. Here it is. Once again, we're dealing with overhead lighting, but my house, the way it sits one end's east and this way's west, because the sun rises directly on that side. And as it progresses over, and my house faces this way and this way. It runs that way. And we have 2 ginormous trees right in front of our front porch, and so my house is really shady, which is a good thing when it comes to the AC in the summertime. But so I'll try to work with the glare. But it is a dimensions kit. It's got this beautiful hummingbird in it. And I've been really on a bee kick here lately. It's got some cute little, I'll bring it in closer. And actually this works better too for me to have my hands free. But it's called Morning Praise. And yeah. This is a little bit of the reason why I kind of lost my stitchy bug. Is I hate this fabric. Hate it. I should have thought and switched it out. Unfortunately, I did not after I got a good little start. And here's a little stray thread. But here's what my stopping point on it. A lot of half stitches up in here. These are mainly whole, you know, full cross stitches. I've started gridding it. Anyone wants to see my little needle minder? Well, that piece is tucked up there. But it's a seashell, and it says, what's upside down? May you always have a shell in your pocket and sand between your toes. And I live near the beach, so I like a lot of nautical themed stuff. But that's where I'm at. There's that's a little tiny tail of a thread I need to finish taking to the back. And I thought I could get another stitch or two out of it, and it's hanging there. So that's where I'm at on that. And I'm going to pick it back up, even though didn't enjoy it when I put it down. Okay, next up, what I may stitch on some this week. Little butterfly scissors. They're so cute. I have these in several different colorways, and they're really pointed, and they're really good. Okay. Here's what I may work on some this week. In between this one is this little Mill Hill kit called Frosty Presents. This may be showing up backwards for you guys. If it is, I'm sorry. It is on my end. I don't know until I play the video back. I may have to have one of my daughters help me figure out if there's a way to flip it. But he's really cute. Okay. Trying to figure out which direction. Anyhow, this is my progress on this one. I don't know if this is directional or not correctly. I'm trying to look at the back of my stitching. It actually looks like it goes this way, but I don't think it does. It might go that way. Anyhow, I made this needle minder here. It's a little, I'd say about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. I do have extras of these. I thought about making them up and offering them for sale. If I do decide to do that, or if anyone is interested in one, please send me a message or get in touch with me through Facebook, or I'm not sure. I haven't looked into how messaging works on YouTube, but I've heard some people say DM me, which I'm assuming means direct message me. But yeah, it's a little Victorian. I guess that's a Victorian or cameo lady. It's not one of the skeleton ones, which I do like the skeleton ones, but there you can see it really good. Like I said, if you're interested in one, I think I have about 5 or 6 extras that I can make of these. I'd figure a price, but I'm thinking maybe $5 for one of these small ones. But that's my progress on this one. And stuff. And then you want to see my notes on the back of an envelope I threw away. It is what it is. I do have several notebooks, like little, you know, like a lot of you guys keep. And I need to really start writing my plans and what I'm working on and what I want to talk about in there. My first several videos, up until this is the first video I've took notes, I just winged it. Next thing is a Waxing Moon Designs Winter Welcome. It comes with these. When I bought this, it came with the fabric. I'm thinking 32 count. It's just a little piece. It's a really light baby blue. Let me see if I can get these out for you. These are they're glittered. How do they expect you to attach them? Anyhow, I'll figure it out. My daughter's walking through here. She's got to go to work here in a little bit. And then let me get the tree out. I don't know how they expect this. I just noticed there's no way to attach them, but see, it's, I don't know if it'll show up, but it is very, there you can get some of the glitter. If anybody has, see, the back is flat. I guess I could take clear thread, like the beading thread, and in between the branches attach them. And I guess I could kind of choke the snowman, so to speak, and kind of attach him around by his neck. Let me move you a little bit this way. There we go. One way I can figure. It does call for 3 specialty dyed threads, and I have them actually sitting in my shopping cart on 1, 2, 3 stitch. It calls for it's only 3 threads that's needed, and it does on all 3 of them. It has the DMC alternatives, but I really like the way it looks, and hopefully they'll be very, very gay enough. It's Crescent Colors, Wavy Navy, and Tyler Boy Blue, and then Week Style Works and Snowflake. So I want to start that soon. It says the finished size is approximately 4.5 by 4.5. Well, that's weird. It says approximate size 28 count over 2 equals 4.5 long by 4.5 wide. But then it says supplies and sources 32 count Crystal Zephyr Lugana from Picture This Plus. So I bought this and it come with the fabric, so I'm assuming, and this looks like a 32 count. So it's probably turned out a little smaller. Okay, where else to start? On my, oh, I wanted to tell you guys about these. I know everybody has their own way and their own system, but I found these at Walmart. They're called letter size document holders, a poly zip. They're 12.8 inches by 9.84 inches. I tried to find them on Walmart online doing a search. I could not get them to pull up online, but I found these for 97 cents each, and I bought 14 last week, and previous to that I probably bought 10 maybe. They got a zipper, and of course I put this because I went shopping for stuff. I showed you in this in last week's video. It's been washed and ironed really well, and I got stray threads I need to clip, so sorry about that. But it protects it. It keeps it clean. And these also I keep my projects in. Because most of the time when you take them off your hoop, not unless you leave them on a scroll frame or you leave them on your Q-snaps, but like some people take their projects off the hoop and off the scroll frames and off their Q-snaps, especially when they're not working on them. And time you fold it up and put it in here, and it holds most, since it's a letter size, holds most size patterns. I keep my floss in here. I mean, everything stays in here for 97 cents. I did try to see if I could find them any cheaper. I am a bargain hunter. Any cheaper on eBay, they're more expensive. Office Depot, you wouldn't believe the price on them. So I had it in this so I could take it. And if it's not too big a finished piece, you can put it in these. And this is what I done. And took it with me while I was shopping to match things up to make this into a cube. So once again, let me flip the little shell over. This is where I'd added some additional bling to it. For some reason in real life it's a lot more prettier and shinier and sparkly. I freehanded the beads on this. Still don't want to pick it up good. Maybe it's because they're clear, because the blue ones really do catch. And if you go to my blog, you'll see I got really lucky. I went to the quilt store. I am a quilter also, but I haven't quilted in quite some time because we moved 3 years ago, and there's still a ton of stuff still packed up. And my husband, we had a building built, a quilt studio separate from the house built, and then he's added on to it this year, and me and my daughter got a good start on organizing it, and I run out of room for shelving for fabric. I'm gonna have to take you guys out there one day. But anyhow, this is showing up pretty good, and see, it picks up that color really nicely. So this is going to be for the back of the cube, the fabric for it. It's just a mottled, as they call in the quilting world. No really designs, it's just mottled. This was, why I say I got lucky on this, this was the last, I took everything that was left on the bolt. And it was just a yard. Maybe a touch over a yard, but she gave it to me. And this local quilt shop does end of the bolt discount. So since it was end of the bolt, I got 20%. It's regularly $9.99 a yard. 20% off. And I wound up with tax and everything paying $8.69. I come in. I came in and told my husband, because I told him I was going to stop by the quilt shop because I was out doing quite a few errands Monday. Yeah, Monday. And I spent $8.69. And I said, I told him, I went to him because he knows how I am. I said, I spent $87 at the quilt shop. And I thought it was $8.79, but it's $8.69. And he gave me that look kind of, and I said, just kidding. It was $8.69. I said, I believe it's the cheapest I've ever got out of a quilt shop. Kind of like Walmart. You don't normally get out of Walmart cheap. Okay. Also, well, if I can slow down getting excited, if I can slow down and speak, I'm going to do a tutorial for the cube. To turn this actually into a cube, I'm going to do a tutorial for this. It may be a week or two out because I may film it in stages when I, get time to do a step. I'll film it and then pick back up filming when I can get to the next part. Or I may be able to get it all in one day, done in all in one day. Recommended. I'll go all back over this. Is rust proof, and normally they're in the bridle and lace pins, the rust proof. It's hard to find rust proof anymore. In straight pins, it's not best. It's because they're stainless steel. See, stainless steel, the rust proof bridle and lace pins. You need to make sure they're rust proof because, like here in South Carolina near the ocean, humidity is insane. They will rust, and it will rust on your project probably, or the fabric, or the the ribbon you put around it, or decorations. And rust proof print pins, I haven't looked online much, but this is the way to go. This is what you need to get. In between showing you the stuff I got to make a cube, this is all from AC Moore. The pins and this. I found some clearance, DMC variegated clearance floss. They had at the end of a, they only had one color in this one. This one's 4128, and I thought that would be pretty in some pumpkins or something. Let's see. I got, yeah. Let me set these down in my hand. 3 of the 4080s, and it's a really pretty yellow with a bit of light green and some cream in those. Okay. 4170, 4170. Okay. Okay, that is different. That's what I done. I got 2 of those. This here is 4170, and it's got a peachy, a real light peachy, a real light pink, and a real light cream color in these. I don't know if you can see that. These were all $1 each. They was regularly priced $1.49. It said on the receipt. So say 50 cents a skein. These are 41.60, and this has got yellow and a pinky and a cream in them. And this is a 41.50, and this one is more cream with a hint of very, very, very light pink and light yellow. To me, it reads more of a beige. Anyway, those are probably hard to actually see actual coloring detail, but just in case you can on your monitor. Oh, also for AC Moore, I wound up buying a piece from Michael's. $16.79. I used a 40% off coupon. I felt that was a little high. AC Moore, because I went to Michael's first. A much, much bigger piece. $25 and some change, 40% off coupon. So I bought this piece, took the one back to Michael's. In fact, like I said, I'm a bargain hunter. And I can get a lot out of this. Next up. Okay, this is from Michael's. I want to move this to the side so I won't get no dirts or stains. Let's see, what did I wind up paying for that big foam piece? Yes, that big foam piece was $12.99. I used a 40% off coupon. I saved $5.20 and I got it for $7.79 plus tax. So, okay, let me sort my stuff and I'll show you everything I got, even though it kind of doesn't pertain. The only thing that I wound up, because I did buy pins from Michael's, but that I didn't see rust proof, and I wound up getting some just in case, even though I couldn't. I knew I'd bought some recently too. Oh, here, this goes with it too. So, here's the ribbon I'm going to use to go around the cube. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to use a 2-inch wide foam for the cube. This is just, it's going to pull that blue. I think it'll look really nice up against that peach, and it's going to pull the blue that's, you know, stitched in it. And here is, these are good size. I got these beads and they were all on sale. Did I put my receipt in here? No. I think I got these for $3.69 on sale or some, yeah, I believe $3.69, and these are heavy glass beads. These are, let's see if it tells the size. They're 14mm faceted glass. These are what I'm going to use for the feet on the cube, and as you can see, I have plenty here to use those for future. Okay, that was it that I specifically bought, because I initially, like I said, I went to Michael's first. I had bought the styrofoam and I had bought the pins, but I wound up taking those two things back right after I went to AC Moore. Okay. These I could not resist. I found some clearance stuff. I also like to, I've got a ton of stuff for mixed media. I've only lightly dabbled in it. I want to do more, but too many things. But I just think I'll show you just in case you're kind of the same way and you want to go check out your Michael's, because these were on clearance for $1.79 each. These are just some 36-piece. They're purple paper flowers. These here are also paper. They're like the rolled paper roses, clearance also for $1.79. They're really nice. And these here are a kind of not tangerine, but a melon orangey color. Same thing, $1.79 rolled. They look like roses to me. Okay, continuing on before I get everywhere else. One little skein. Where'd that come from? Walmart purchase. Being a quilter, I didn't want to cut into my, and I don't know where my scrap pieces of batting are out there in my sewing room, because like I said, a lot of stuff's still packed up, and I didn't want to cut it into a queen size cotton batting to do this cube. So I went to Walmart and I got some fleece. $3.97 a yard, and you get a whole bunch, of course. So here's the fleece that I'm going to use to line the front and the back of my cube. And I will explain that one little skein of floss here in a second. Okay, I believe that's everything regarding the cube. Let me slide that back in there for now. Set it to the side. Okay. I have this. I got this. I showed this to you in the last video. I received this last week in the mail. It's an Oberlin sampler. I got it off a Stash Unload group on Facebook. And I was lucky enough to snag the South Carolina one. I'm originally from North Carolina, but currently live in South Carolina, so South Carolina. My ring's flopping around everywhere. I've lost a little weight, believe it or not, and it needs to be kind of, it's flopping. I thought about, well, here was my plan on this. Thought about doing the letters like I mentioned in my last video, the South Carolina letters, and a variegated. I still may do that. I don't know. What I also thought, here's all my floss. And the colors I like, because it's an older, really older pattern. I thought, ooh, the colors may not be what I exactly want, you know. But as I pulled them, I was like, ooh, these are really nice. So, so I went, like I said, to Michael's first. I got the floss from Michael's. The floss list is right here on the back. I'm not trying to show you the chart. As you can see, it is handwritten and hand-done chart. Okay. I've had this happen before, but not to the extent that I had to go looking for it 3 different times. 718. Michael's was out of 718. Completely empty. Looked high and low to see if they had any extra flash. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk today. Floss stored, you know, that hadn't been put out. Didn't see. I said, okay, well, I know I'm going to AC Moore next, so I'll check there. And that's normally what happened the last time this happened to me, when I was getting up in Mira. And they didn't have one. I found it at AC Moore. Well, guess what? It must be a popular color. 718, y'all. AC Moore was completely out of their bin. Everything else was fully stocked. Lo and behold, went to Walmart. I said, what the heck? Because not every Walmart anymore has fabric and a huge craft department. Check there, guess what? Walmart had it. Ding, ding, ding. So, Walmart, y'all. I guess they do have everything. So, I am looking forward to starting this. Okay. I'm going to take this light piece of blue fabric in Winter Welcome. I got light blue. I haven't never tried the tulip dye, fabric dye. And it says light blue, and it's liquid. Let's see, do not dry, field wash. It has practically the same instructions as liquid RIT dye. I've been meaning to get sidetracked a little bit. I've been meaning to place an order to get some Procyon, if y'all notice, I can't talk half the time, but y'all know what I mean. I believe it's Procyon, something. Fiber reactive dyes, because I have hand dyed a lot of quilt fabric before. Turns out gorgeous, just like cross stitch fabric. And that's the type of dye I use for that. I mean, some people have used this. For cross stitch fabric, I don't think, it isn't like a quilt. You're not going to be washing it. You know, not even quilt doesn't get washed constantly, but you know, quilts can get washed a couple times a year. Sometimes more than that, maybe quarterly. It just depends on how you use them, what you use them for. So therefore, if you use a hand dye fabric, you want to make sure you use the best fiber reactive dye possible. So therefore that. But I believe a lot of the majority of the cross stitch fabric dyers, I believe, do use the fiber reactive dyes. Dharma Trading Company is where I typically tend to did buy mine for quilting. I have considered doing hand dyed fabric for sale, but I would not use this. I would use the higher quality fiber reactive dyes. For floss, I have hand dyed floss too using RIT dye, and if I was to offer hand dyed flosses, I would use the Dharma dyes. And I've kind of got a little advanced knowledgement of the learning curve from when I done that several years ago. At one point, I went to my local quilt shop. This was before we moved back home to North Carolina, and they was actually going to carry my fabric, but then we moved, and the move was crazy. Anyhow, I was going to take this light colored piece, like I said, I got off track, and do a floss toss and see how well it looks on light blue, because I think living here at the beach, South Carolina, you think of those the blue skies we have, the pretty crystal blue skies. To see, I've got this color here that's in there, and I don't know how well, and even this kind of tealy color, but I think it would be fine on that light blue. And see, I need to see where that baby blue is used, if it's like used in the center of something. The design, it won't hurt because it'd be surrounded by other colors. But anyhow, bought this in case I do. And when I went back to Michael's to return the styrofoam and the pins, I picked up some 28 even weave Lugana because this calls for a 14 count, and so I just bumped it up to 28. And I would dye this, and then I wanted to I grabbed up a 28 count even weave Lugana in antique white because there's a couple. I'm gonna start. I've found here lately too that I'm just not enjoying stitching on Aida as much as I used to. And there's nothing wrong with people who stitch on Aida, and I over the years have bought a crap ton of cross stitch kits, which most come with Aida. I'd say 98% of them, unless you kit them up yourself. So I believe I've got a project that has the off-white, the antique white, and I want to be able, you know, because a lot of them is 14 count. Some of them's 18 counts. Often, sometimes you'll find a 16 count, but not as often as 14 and 18. So I've got these. I was reading that because it says Monaco up here, but then it says even weave Lugana down here. So, and I've come across a YouTube video where there's someone who explains who does what and all this other stuff, and I'm like, okay. I got both those fabrics for $9.48 with tax. I used a 40% off coupon on one of them. At my them priced for $4.99 back there, but they rang up $5.49. Maybe they've updated the price on the system, but not on their pack or on the shelves. So that white piece, I was thinking about dyeing a baby blue, but I may take a small piece of Aida and do a test run first with that. Let me put this stuff really quick back in my bag so I'll have room to set more stuff in front of me. Put that pattern in there. But I'm looking forward to starting this very soon, and I will show you guys my progress when I do start that. Okay, got that. Let me check my list really quick. Talked about that. I plan on filming another time or two this week. The Mill Hill kit. Okay. There are several other things I want to talk about, but I didn't want to do it all in one day. So, one other thing I want to show you. And it's been sitting here in my bar a couple weeks. I really need to put it up, but I guess good thing I didn't because... Related. I told you I cannot speak, and especially when I get excited. This can benefit even cross stitchers, I feel like. I got this at AC Moore. It was, I believe, $27.99. You guys are not going to believe what I paid for this. $27.99. That day they had a 50% off coupon. So what'd that knock it down to? About $13.50? A little, or $14 almost. It's 27, so 28, $14. Now actually it might be a little less than that. I think, no, I had a 55% off coupon that day. They were doing a one day only coupon, I believe. So I believe it was a 55% off coupon at AC Moore. So it knocked it down to $12 and some change with tax and everything. Okay, AC Moore has a rewards program if you sign up for it. And when you get 200 points on their thing, and that's really $200 you spend with them, it adds up. You get a $10 off coupon that's off of anything. It's not a, well, minimum purchase $10. But $10 off coupon after that. Paid $2 and some change for it. I think $2.39. $28 item. Okay, it has 4 pieces. It's got a rotating mat. The mat is 6 by 6. It may be 6.5 by 6.5 because quilters, we add our 1/4 inch seam allowances. It comes with a mini, what degree is that? 18 millimeter rotary cutting blade. It comes with this little 1 inch by 6 inch ruler and a little, it looks like a 2.5 by 2.5 inch little ruler, or cutting mat ruler. Okay, you know the piece I showed you that I finished last week? It's the first piece with the pin cushion. It needs to be trimmed up. This mat, for you non-quilters, it rotates. I mean, it'll do a full 360. It spins. See, kind of back here on the back, see how it's showing the bottom piece and how it's turning? And for quilters, that comes in really handy when you're squaring up half square triangles. But this would be really handy for stitchers, I believe, who does a lot of smalls and needs to trim up, or even about 5x7s. Of course, that may hang off some, it would. And you got your rulers, a little, it ain't the big rotary, the 45mm rotary cutters, to trim up things. And that little pin cushion, I thought, because my stuff's out there in the building, I thought, heck, this is right here in the house, so when I get ready to start with FFO and that pin cushion, because it's only like a little 4x4, trim it up easily. Okay, really quick, last thing before I go and I record some more. I want to say hey to Sherry Burkett. She mentioned me, gave me a shout out in her video that she uploaded, that was uploaded yesterday and was on YouTube. I had made a comment. I had binge watched her YouTube videos, like 4 or 5 of them in a row over several nights. What I like to do when I go to bed, ready for bed, I will go in there and on my little tablet here, I will lay in bed and watch YouTube. Either mainly cross stitching videos, or soap making videos, or quilt making videos. Or if I'm not in a YouTube mood, I will watch Netflix. And I'd commented on her Instagram, I guess it was Monday? I think it was Monday. I told her that I just got done binge watching her videos, like 4 or 5 of them, which I did. And when was she going to put up some more videos? I need more Sherry vids. And she gave me a shout out right at the end of the last video that she uploaded. And it was so funny. I was already in bed watching it on my tablet. My husband had come to bed about 10 minutes prior to that, and I was sitting there. And when she got to the end and what she started talking about, I was like, honey, she's going to mention me. She's going to mention me. Because I knew when she told me on Instagram when someone said they'd been binge watching my videos. And I started freaking. She went, hey, Susan. And I went, hey, all over my tablet. My husband was laughing at me. And that just made my night. I'm telling you what. I mean, that was my first shout out because, as you know, I'm fairly new to YouTube. But I even had to go back and watch it 2 or 3 times. So those shout outs really do make us new FlossTubers very, or at least me, very, very happy. My husband thought I had completely lost it. So, Sherry, thanks for making me look like a crazy person. I really do appreciate it. So, I do love her videos though. If y'all want to see some great videos of, she loves to start new projects, and I love watching her start those new projects. I mean, she has a crap ton of whips, but she has a really good rotation she's working in now. She has a huge tote, and she takes one from the front or the back, works on it for a week, gets what progress she can, and she puts it in the front. And that way she was kind of just taking, this is not a phone, but she's kind of taking her phone and doing like this and then just landing on one. And sometimes she would get one she just recently worked on. And Sherry, that system's very, very smart, that you're using now. But her videos, I just love to hear her talk. I love to see what progress she makes. I just love the way she does her videos. And if you want to find her on Instagram, and so this is a shout out back to you, Sherry. If you want to find her on Instagram and FlossTube, YouTube, it's XStitchSherry, and it's S-H-A-R-I. But I mean, I love, there's just certain, I feel like, I love watching all FlossTube, but there's just certain people you feel like you connect with better. You like have the same stitching style, you have the same similar taste. maybe even in some degree similar kind of to your personality. You know, you can recognize a little bit of yourself in other people, and she's just one of them. I mean, I know I talk a little different than her. She talks kind of Texas. She's not originally, but she's lived in Texas for a long time. So I'm originally, a little bit about me, I'm originally from North Carolina, up towards the mountains. I was born and raised in Lenore all my life. Small place. It's really close to Boone and Blowing Rock, because we would go up there almost every single weekend on a Sunday. And in the summer months and for fall, before it got too cold, and we'd go up there and look at the leaves. Of course, leaves down there. We had mountains where I'm at for sure, but I'm talking about like Grandfather Mountain, the really, really high elevations. And it's just so beautiful up there. We want to try to get back up there. We like to go back up there and visit family, because down here, we're the only ones that live down here. All of our family is up there in North Carolina. And we practically, like I mentioned before, I have 4 kids. And I practically raise my kids on my own down here with my husband. Me and my husband will be celebrating our 22nd year of marriage, August 29th. So next month. It flew by fast. Where did 22 years go? A son who's turning 21 August the 13th. A son who's turning 18 August the 15th. And twin girls that was just babies. 17 in December 29th. 4 days after Christmas. So when we do birthdays, we do birthdays. Oh, Chichi. Sugar Cube. I call her Sugar Cube. Her name's Lily. She's sweet as she can be. So I'm already in at 41 minutes. I plan on adding on to this video because I didn't get to all my envelope list. Because there is several other things I want to go off. But like I said, I got sidetracked again sometimes. Lily. And we moved down here when Cody, my 18-year-old, getting ready to be 18-year-old, was 7 months old. We lived down here for about 12 or 13 years. Went back home, home being North Carolina. We moved to Hickory, North Carolina, which is right there near Lenore and the mountains and stuff. For 4 years. We moved back up there in August 2009. We came back down here April of 2013. So we lived up here 4. We've been down here 3. Back down here 3. So the one good thing about moving back down here, for a number of years, I've always wanted an in-ground pool. Guess what Mama made sure she got when we moved back down here? Because we had an above ground down here for a number of years, and even took it with us up there when we moved back. I just love, and it always seems we've always lived near water. When we lived up there, we lived near a lake. We could see it from our house. And then down here at the beach, we're not right on the beach. I'm actually in a town that you drive through, and some of y'all who's been down here can probably figure this out before you hit Myrtle Beach. I don't like to give too many details, even though I don't think you stitchers would come and just show up at my doorstep. If you did, hey, we'll have a stitching party. But it's the creepos that you want to watch out for, especially having kids. Even if they are teenagers, having girls. I won't give out too much information. But anyhow, I will talk to you guys again. Any stash that comes in the mail, I do have a couple of things. I will put at the end, because like I said, I've learned from other videos. Not that anybody's personally said anything to me, because my first 3 or 4 videos was heavily stash loaded. I guess some people just don't like seeing stash, and they just want to see the whips and the finishes, and so therefore I've picked up from another YouTuber to put the stash haul at the very end. So I don't have too many things. I believe I just may have 1 or 2 things. I do, I'm going to work on Morning Praise that I showed you. Maybe work on the Snowman Mill Hill kit. I need to order my floss from 123 Stitch and get started on the Winter Welcome. I want to. And I need to figure out what I'm going to do for fabric. I may, since the colors are so bright and vivid, I may just put it on the white. Just leave it white and let the colors pop. Yeah. So I hope everybody's having a great stitchy day. I hope you enjoyed seeing me. Like I said, I didn't want to really film myself talking, but hey, it is what it is. You can take me, or you can leave me, or you can just deal with me. Either one you want to do. And I know I'm looking down a lot. It's just, I don't know. I have to get better at getting used to now, you know. So yeah, hope everyone has a good stitchy day, stitchy week, and I will talk to you guys again soon. We're already in at 45 minutes on this one. And I will update you on my progress and anything else new I get into. Until soon, see ya. Bye.